This discovery opened some doors for me, such as helping represent the United States in the International Space Olympics in Russia, and also being a Virginia Aerospace Science and Technology Scholar. I know what you guys must be thinking. What a nerd. Nerd alert! Well, for the longest time, this nerd had a secret that I was too scared and too embarrassed to tell anyone. That secret is that I have schizophrenia. But what is schizophrenia? It's important to think of schizophrenia sort of as an umbrella-like diagnosis. NAMI shows these different symptoms as ways you could diagnose having schizophrenia, such as delusions and hallucinations being sort of the hallmark type of characteristics. But it's very important to know that a person could have schizophrenia and not have delusions and not hallucinate. Each person's story with schizophrenia is unique to their own. Today, I'm going to be talking about my story with schizophrenia. It's been thought of that I've had schizophrenia all of my life, but it became very prevalent my junior year of high school and then just snowballed into college. February of 2014, my freshman year of college, my life changed when I tried to take my own life through suicide. Why, you ask? Because my life had become a waking nightmare. The following images have been edited using Microsoft Artistic Effects because they are just too triggering for me. At this time, I had started hallucinating. I started seeing, hearing, and feeling things that weren't there. Everywhere that I went, I was followed around by a clown that looked very similar to the Stephen King's adaptation of It. Everywhere that I went, he'll be giggling, taunting me, poking me, and sometimes even biting me. I would also hallucinate spiders, sometimes little spiders, and these are actually the most obtrusive sometimes because we see little spiders in real life, so sometimes this is the only time I ever have difficulty discerning whether it's a hallucination or real life. I'm very good at knowing when I'm hallucinating, and I know that it's a chemical imbalance inside of my head. I don't give these hallucinations even names. I also hallucinate giant spiders, though. One spider in particular comes to mind. It was rather large, leathery skin, dark, black legs, and yellow body. And no voice ever came out of its mouth. However, when it moved its legs, the creaking of the legs sounded like young children laughing. It was very disturbing. But it started becoming unbearable when I started hallucinating this girl. She looked sort of like in the movie The Ring. The thing with her is she was able to continue on conversations with herself and would know exactly what to say and when to say to chip away at my insecurities. But worse was she would also carry a knife around with her, and she would stab me, sometimes in the face. This made taking tests, quizzes, and doing homework in general extremely difficult to impossible when I was in college. Sometimes I wouldn't even be able to see the paper in front of my face because I was hallucinating too much. I don't usually speak so openly about my hallucinations because people usually look at me in fear after I tell them what I see. But the thing is, I'm not much different than the rest of you. We all see, hear, and feel things when we're dreaming. I'm just someone who cannot turn off my nightmares even when I'm awake. I've been hallucinating now obtrusively for about over 4 years. So I've gotten very good at just pretending I'm not seeing what I'm seeing or ignoring them. But I have triggers, such as seeing the color red is very triggering for me. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but they changed the carpet that I'm on. They changed it to a black carpet instead of red. I sort of laugh at my life a bit like a dark comedy, because of course, The only color combination that I have issues with is red and white. What is Ted's colors? Really, people? But I have issue with those colors because those are the colors that the clown has, red hair and white skin. And how I'm able to ignore him is I just don't look at him, but I'm able to know where that hallucination is in my peripheral vision because of the bright colors of red and white. But you never know that I'm hallucinating. The clown is actually in the audience today, and you would never know. When I first became open about having schizophrenia, it was a shock to even the people closest to me. It took me 8 months. 8 months after my suicide attempt to finally get the treatment that I needed. I didn't even have the diagnosis of schizophrenia. And because of that, what kept me from getting help were conversations like these. I remember very distinctly within that time on the phone with my mother. I would tell my mom, "Mom, I'm sick. I'm seeing things that aren't there. I need medicine. I need to talk to a doctor." Her response, No. You can't tell anyone about this. This can't be on our medical history. Think of your sisters. Think of your sisters' futures. People are going to think that you're crazy. People are going to think you're dangerous, and you won't be able to get a job. What I say to that now is don't let anyone convince you to not get medical help. It's not worth it. It is your choice, and it is also your right. My name is Cecilia McGough. I have schizophrenia, and I am not a monster. Thank you.